Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a great Christmas. This is the teaser video for Sunday, December 26th, with this kind of my kicking off the new year um, series or sermon. And it's kind of like I always like to do the holiday sermon the week before the holiday or the Sunday before the holiday. So this is kind of my New Year's Day type sermon. And it's interesting because when I think of New Year's Day, usually it's the holiday season. You have the Christmas and you have New Year's, and you have the imagery of old Father Time and the new bouncing baby boy or the new bouncing baby New Year. And I think if we truly evaluate ourselves, we look at the end of the year. How many of us feel like we are like Father Time? We're kind of run down, we're worn out. The end of the year has come, especially these past couple years with the pandemic. I think everybody was hoping during the summer when the weather was warm and people were outside that the pandemic was over. And I think winter, the colder weather just reminded us that no, COVID's probably never going away. It's going to be. I read an article talking about the pandemic that it's probably very close in the next year or two of being an endemic. An endemic means like the flu. It's something that you'll get shot. You'll get shots for every year. It'll be another virus that we are used to dealing with on a regular basis. But just like the flu, we have to take precautions for it every winter, or a bunch of people get sick, and we see that this year. We have people who are out with COVID. We have people out with the flu. We have people dealing with winter cold and allergies and sinus infections, which went through my household. So in the winter when we are inside, we have to bundle up. We have to take new things, take the extra precautions, and by the end of the year, if you've done enough of this, you look like Father Time. And, and the bouncing new year, the bouncing baby is the hope of a new a chance to do it over, a chance to do it better. But honestly, if we're living for what the world is trying to sell us, we're always going to feel like Father Time. And we're never going to achieve the hope of a bouncing baby New Year because those goals are unrealistic. Advertising tells women they should fit in a size 0 dress. Advertising tells men that they should be ripped, have ripped abs, nice sports cars or whatever, and have a lot of money. And those goals, being worldly goals, most of them are not attainable. And if that's what you're striving for, you're gonna feel like old man time or old father time, beat up after another year. So I want us to have a different focus for this new year. I want us to look at 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 3 through 9. 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 3 through 9. And it kind of talks about a new birth. And if we think about that new baby boy, a new birth or new hope, or the excitement of something coming, I think Peter, this passage in Peter puts it all in perspective. And that's all we're trying to do is put the new year in perspective. I am a goal setter, but I like to set goals that are attainable, goals that are reasonable. There might be a challenge to achieve them, but it's not, an outrageous challenge. And achieving goals or completing things is something that gives me a sense of accomplishment. So, having those type of goals is something that maybe by the end of the year I don't look like Father Time. Maybe I look like a person in their 50s who still has a little bit of pep left, but hey, we're all still worn out a little bit. So this passage from Peter kind of helps us keep our perspective on what's important, what's not important, and then how by focusing our goals on those type of things, how we won't go with the blow of the wind or the sway of what the world is trying to sell us. Because when the world if we're trying to chase what the world is putting out there, it's always a moving target. And in the end, we just grow frustrated and tired, limping across the line like Father Time. So that's kind of what I ask you to read, 1 Peter 1, 3 through 9. Maybe dig a little deeper into it, see what it points out. That's what we'll be talking about to kick off on Sunday, December 26th, to kind of kick off our new year. I hope everyone does have had a great Merry Christmas and a great New Year celebration. And then let's get our everything focused on the proper perspective. All right, take care.